interesting. UK's hidden gold mine of SEAWEED. They have a plan to invigorate Britain's economy and slash emissions as well. The UK can slash emissions, boosting its economy. With a revolutionary new plan, it'll remove billions of tons of carbon from the atmosphere, meaning carbon dioxide, each year by growing and harvesting floating seaweed. Now, UK aquaculture business Seafields, it's called Seafields, is developing and testing new technologies. It's focused on growing and capturing sargasum seaweed. It's a genus of large brown seaweed. It has exploded in growth over the last few years after escaping its normal environment in the Sargasso Sea. But not only does Seafields intend to remove over 1 billion metric tons of CO2 from our atmosphere each year by 2025, but the move also looks set to invigorate the British economy. Seafields told the Express UK sargassum can also be used as a raw material. It's used, I was giving milk to one of my grandsons, and he said, "Grandma, do you know this is made from bamboo?" His cup looked plastic, but it was made from bamboo. So there's a lot of new materials being used for things that we didn't know could happen. Now, okay, sargassum seaweed. Seaweed is delicious anyway. I remember I was surprised having it at a Chinese restaurant in London. Fried seaweed. Beautiful, beautiful. So sargassum can be used as a raw material for packaging, biofuels, bioplastics, fertilizer. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. The seaweed could be used for various things: packaging, biofuels, bioplastic fertilizers, textiles. So an entire emerging circular blue economy, meaning ocean economy, can flourish around this new raw product, the sargasso seaweed. In addition, being pioneers in the field of offshore macroalgal cultivation and carbon storage will play an important role in the UK's economy for the future. Early investments in the development of these technologies is critical to boost the UK's economy, of course. While Seafield's initial focus will be on offshore operation in the southern Atlantic gyre, they've also identified areas along the UK's coast that could also be a gold mine for growing the seaweed. This product can also help the UK cut emissions as well, and they look to showcase their plans at the upcoming COP26 climate summit taking place in 2 weeks in Glasgow. They hope to raise awareness of the product's environmental and economic benefits. As we said before, China most probably will not be attending, even though China is the world's leading polluter. So anyway, this is set to help Prime Minister Boris Johnson impress Glasgow. That's where he's going to talk about this as he heads into the COP with yet another innovative British company to display, Seafields. Now, John Auckland from Seafield says, "We look forward to showcasing our solution to delegates at the COP26 conference in Glasgow, and then focusing on successfully completing our pilot project off the coast of Cape Verde. This will enable Seafields to progress its ambition of large-scale aquafarming, which will create multiple revenue streams, employ a large number of people, replenish our oceans, and importantly, make a significant impact in addressing climate change." And he says, along with global efforts that will be required to address climate change, the UK's plan to achieve net zero emission by 2050 and take a leading role in this agenda will require both strong emission reductions as well as carbon dioxide removal strategies. He says Seafields offers one way of naturally storing carbon dioxide for potentially thousands of years into the deep ocean, but they warned that this can only be done if other actions are taken to address the climate crisis as well. He said it needs to be clear that carbon dioxide removal strategies will only be effective in alleviating climate change if drastic and fast emission reductions accompany them, of course. So he says, no matter how many sargassum farms we create in the ocean, we will not be able to reach net zero if we continue at current CO2 emission levels. So now after the climate summit in Glasgow, the COP26, Seafield looks to focus on his plans to develop a pilot project in Cape Verde, as we said, to test upwelling pipes and transport ocean nutrients from the deep sea to the surface, a crucial aspect in growing the sargasso seaweed because it needs to feed on something. The company, which is due to launch investment around later this year, then plans to begin aquafarming operations by 2023. So good luck to them. This is by Jacob Paul and Express UK. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support.